So Valentine's Day is coming up, and how do you feel about Valentine's Day? Do you and your loved one celebrate it because the world says you must celebrate it, or do you actually look forward to it and find a reason to get a babysitter if you have children, or just to go out and pamper yourselves and enjoy a night of celebration? Whatever it means to you, that's great, as long as you don't feel pressurized because the world says so to go and spend money on cards and flowers and on a meal where you might be charged almost double, and then the table turnover is, you've got to be out in 90 minutes. Whatever it means to you is something you've got to figure out. But here at Linda Page, we really believe that getting up and dressing up is a massive part of loving yourself and loving those around you. And you don't have to spend any money doing that. You could really get advice from your friends and ask them, someone who you trust, someone who you see has good results in her relationship, in her marriage, and ask her what she does to love on her husband on a regular basis, and just to make sure that your husband or whoever it is that you're loving on, whether it's your wife or someone else, doesn't feel like you're just doing it on the 14th of February because that's what the calendar says. Then do something a few days before, do something a few days after. Maybe plan a whole week of extra special red hot love for your husband and or for your boyfriend or whoever that is. But what we want to just encourage you here with from Linda Page is when it comes to your personal style and how you live your life and how you dress up and live that out, let it be something that comes from your heart, and let it be something that has value and meaning to you. And also take the time to understand the love language of your partner, because there are the 5 love languages, and so often we love our partners, our husbands or our wives, in a way that we like to be loved. I did this for many years with my husband. My first and primary love language is gifts. If you give me a gift, especially one that sends me to my favorite places, or especially one that I can see you took the time to figure out what I like, then then I know you love me. And there is so much to be said for not loving somebody else the way that you like to be loved, because my husband does not care much for gifts. I used to buy him all kinds of things, and I was kind of over the time disappointed, and over the years saying, don't you like it? And he was like, babes, I know what my husband enjoys. He loves reading. He loves, absolutely enjoys biographies, autobiographies, non-fiction, and he loves good whiskey. So if I just get him a book or an Amazon voucher for books and a very special bottle of whiskey on a special occasion, the man is happy. I may not understand it, but it took me some years to understand, actually that's how I need to love him. Let me ask you a question. If on Valentine's Day or on your partner's birthday or whenever it is, and you get up and let's say you make your husband this beautiful meal, freshly squeezed orange juice, French toast, you make some egg and some hash browns and whatever it is, and you put fruit on, all cut up beautifully, you get the newspaper and freshly made homemade coffee, and you take it up to him in bed and say, happy birthday honey, or babes, or whatever you call him. And if he goes, oh thank you so much, oh that's amazing, I just want some coffee, I'm not very hungry, how would you respond? Because there was a time many years ago where I would have thought, do you know how long it took me to make this? Like, I did this for you. But actually the truth is, if you're doing it for him, then he just wants a cup of coffee. So you're going to take that tray of beautiful food and put it aside and say, no problem, here's your coffee, and sit down and have a chat. Or if he just wants to be left alone to read his newspaper without you, that's loving him his way on his special day, if that's what you want to do. So join us here at Linda Page as we learn together, and we get up and we dress up together, and we learn how to love the people in our lives in a way that's not just how we want to be loved or how we think they should be loved, but it's actually learning their love language. So on this Valentine's Day that's coming up, I encourage you to get up, dress up, wear some red for love, and love your partner, your husband, your boyfriend, whoever that may be, in a way that he wants to be loved.